rich noon, rich evening, all the richness, all of your life, all the days of our life. Okay, welcome to my channel. I am Manaka, and this is my channel, Manaka. Welcome. If you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. I mean, I don't really even look who's subscribing. Sometimes I can't even see, so some of you are anonymous. Today I wanted to talk about my YouTube career. So I started my YouTube channel in 2019. I think it's 2019, I hope I'm not lying. After I had basically told myself that I needed to improve my confidence, right? So I don't know what caused me to start YouTube, but I wanted to improve my confidence and I wanted to share what I believe is a talent, right? So I started with covers. They're still back in the archives. I started with covers, and for me the covers, I felt good doing covers. I really did. There were some people who hated on me and said I was embarrassing myself. And you know what, it's okay. I do understand that a lot of the times the things that we say is not really a reflection of who we are. Not every single time. Sometimes we just say things out of spite. Sometimes we say things because we are jealous, envious, you know. So I just took the things that were said to me with a grain of salt, and I kind of moved and I carried on because I wanted to see myself putting myself out there in a way that I haven't before, because I have always been really shy. I think my shyness has sort of calmed down since then. I've always been really shy. I was always not really able to sing by myself in front of people unless I was drunk. Like, because you know, alcohol obviously it decreases your inhibitions, it takes away that anxiety, it takes away that wall of what will they say. So I think YouTube kind of did that for me as well, and I don't know, I'm not sure why. I'm gonna have to look into my astrology chart to kind of figure that out, because I mean, it might be that I have so many things. So I have Saturn, which has to do with karma, and which is the ruler of Capricorn, which has to do with the public image. And that might be the reason why me putting myself out there and having people see a certain image of me was the best way to go, right? And I think I started it off really well because I had a lot of people who actually really liked what I was doing. They really liked that I was showing myself to the best of my ability at the time. I did a get to know me tag, you know, I did share information about myself that a lot of people would not know. And it was really, really good. Like, I loved sharing that side of me. I love sharing the songs that I'm loving at the time and sharing how I would sound or how I would do a rendition of it. And most of the time it was one cuts. So even with the way I do my sit down videos, even with the way I do my vlogs and stuff like that, I don't really plan it. And I think that's something that I've done really well. I've never really planned anything. And like I said, I do have my arrows in my human design chart, or 3 of them are pointing left, which means that I do need to be more on a routine and more of a planner and more of somebody who knows what it is, I guess, that I want the outcome to be, right? And I believe that I did that right at the beginning. I knew my outcome was to help me with my confidence. My outcome was to help me put myself out there without overthinking what people would say or what people would think, right? And there was even strangers who supported me, and I appreciated that so much. Then I think lockdown happened, and I think that's when I stopped doing videos. I mean, even on my Instagram, you'll see like everything just kind of stops. But I think pregnancy is really like a time when you kind of have to focus on yourself, and there's a lot, especially because you are literally creating a whole human being. You are creating somebody who's going to have hair, eyes that are working, bones, skin, blood. You are creating something that will have what do they call these inside parts? What they call these inside parts of you? Oh gosh, I can't think of the word. But you're literally creating something that's going to come out and be alive, and then eventually become like you, a whole, like a touchable human. And I say this to my son sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, you are actually a human being. Because I don't know if it ever clicks. I probably should ask my mom. I don't know if it ever clicks that, listen, you have a whole child that you grew in your body. They came out from spirit to physicality through you, the womb. Oh my God, such a beautiful experience. And sometimes as women, we don't have, I guess, the knowledge of what it is that we need in that time. And it's different for a lot of people. And because Saturn is usually returning, so I started my YouTube channel when my Saturn, I think around the time my Saturn return was starting, so it kind of makes sense. My image of myself, the image that I wanted people to see of me, needed to be different as well. So that's why I was putting myself out there. That's why I needed my confidence to be better and all of that. And then boom, I have a baby. I did explain this in the other video, that this is the time when you think of rectifying, in a sense, what was broken or what just needs to go to the next level. So for example, your career, where you are staying, your finances, your friendship groups, your partners, you know, the people that are surrounding you. Basically, that's a time when either you will lock in, get married, have children, whatever, or you will step the right out. And I think that's the time when a lot of friendships end. And I think that's also why this specific year, which is 2024, which is an 8 year, which is ruled by Saturn, has also, I guess, amounted in a lot of people's friendships ending as well. It has amounted in a lot of people having to reevaluate their lives. And you know, sometimes it will slap you in the face. And I think it might have been slapping a few people who are already in the Saturn return right now a bit. So Saturn right now is in, Jesus Christ, I don't know what sign Saturn is. Saturn. Okay, wait, let's do it like this. Saturn right now is in Pisces. Okay, so if you have Saturn in Pisces in your astrology chart, that means your Saturn return has started. And it obviously just means that you need to be a little bit more attentive of your own emotions, your intuition, and of things that might be falling apart, because a lot of the time those things are falling apart for a reason, to open up space for something else. And even if you pass your Saturn return, there is always that chance for Saturn to give you life lessons. There's always that chance for Saturn to just show you, like, listen, we're still working on this, okay? You keep asking for a better life, but you aren't doing what you need to, okay? So I think that's what was happening this year a lot. Excuse me, damn. So anyway, then I continued with my YouTube, I think after my maternity leave. I think I continued with my YouTube. I did a few more sit-down videos a lot. I did try do some vlogs here and there while I was pregnant, not necessarily showing. I think the vlogs that I did do, I actually did only post them after I gave birth. Yeah, you'll have to check on my page, but yeah, I did sit-down videos. Sit-down videos are actually quite easy for me because I speak a lot. I speak a lot. Literally, my Venus is in Virgo if you're looking at tropical. But if you're looking at the Kemet calendar, my Venus is in, what's the opposite of Virgo? Pisces, I think. Yeah, my Venus is in Pisces. So yeah, it is interesting to see what it is that I can talk about. So even my Mercury, for example, my Mercury is in Leo. Leo has to do with being popular. And then if you look at the Kemet calendar, my Mercury is in Aquarius. So either way that you look at it, I have fire, earth, and I guess what's this called, air in my chart, which pushes me to want to speak in a sense. I will try to explain this a bit more in another video. Anyway, I did sit down videos. I tried to do vlogs as much as I possibly can, and I remember I've always wanted to do Vlogtober and what's this called, Vlogmas. I really wanted to do them because I noticed that people who are serious, right? So obviously YouTube, in order to grow, you need to post quite a lot. The people who grow really fast are the ones who post more than one video in a day or post every single day. And that's a lot of work, especially if you have a 9-to-5. If you are the kind of person who doesn't have a 9-to-5, I think you would make it. Basically, go live or record yourself doing your normal day-to-day life and post every day. Edit and post every day. Editing is a bit tedious, so I don't know how many people would actually like that. Anyway, cool. I never got into Vlogtober or Vlogmas because it was so much work. I think in the last 2 months with my generator Storytime, oh no. I think in the last 2 months with my generator Storytime, that would be the one time where I can say that I've been very, very, very continuous and very productive when it comes to posting my videos on my YouTube. And I've done that on purpose because I really want my YouTube to be the go-to place for people to learn and understand human design. But obviously it is a bit difficult, especially when not a lot of people know what human design is. That's the reason why I even put the course for free on my channel, right? But anyway, I think the journey has been interesting. I would say this is the first time I'm doing some sort of vlogmas, even though I don't share it as a vlogmas. I just post videos and then hope that people watch. And I think that's the thing. I use my motivation to get people to follow me, in a sense. I just share what it is that I want to share, what it is that I want to talk about, and it will always, the intention is always that it will get to who it needs to get to. And that's my motivation. That's how I need to move. I need to understand that it will all be figured out in the background. All I need to do is what I can. And this is one of the things that Gay Hendricks talks about in The Big Leap, where he says, if it's not something that you can change or do something about right in this moment, then there is no need to worry about it. And I've had anxiety for like the majority of my life. So I think I've had anxiety for like majority of my life. So I think those are the certain things that I'm trying to allow myself to get into. So I've never really liked public speaking. I've always wanted to be a presenter, but when I had the chance to do it, I was always very uncomfortable and shy. So I did what seemed easier and best for me, and that was to start a YouTube channel. And I think also, was it this year or last year, I started my TikTok channels, where I wanted to, I guess, integrate myself more into a space where more eyes would see me. And it's been a very interesting journey, because I think if I started this in 2018, when I don't even know when TikTok came out, but if I started this when the TikTok came out, I don't think I would have liked it. And as much as, for example, I'm hot thirst, right? When it comes to my digestion, hot thirst means that in terms of eating, I need to eat things that are body temperature and above. Those are the ones that will be better digested by me. And I mean, I drink tea every morning, whether it's hot outside or not. I like exercising in a way that makes me comfortable. So I'm not, and it might have to do with my Aries rising as well, because I wear leggings all the time. I like comfortability. I don't want anything that makes me feel out of place and all of that. And I guess it's called sports leisure or something, athleisure. I like that kind of dress sense, because for me it feels like I can do everything that I want to do without feeling uncomfortable. And literally my job needs me to be able to sometimes bend down or sometimes pick something up, and I can't necessarily do that when I'm wearing a dress. So I do wear dresses. It's just it's interesting to look at it, because there's so many little aspects of human design that contribute to these things. So I love yoga, but I think I would love Pilates more than yoga, because yoga is calm and stretching and beautiful and all of that. But because I am hot thirst, I probably need something that will heat up my body more. Understand? But I also love tennis, and I just played it this weekend. You'll see the video. I think the video is coming before this, where you just watch me play tennis terrible. I haven't played it in haven't played tennis in probably 15 years. 16 years. God damn, that's a grown-ass child. But yeah, I haven't played it for that long. So I like those kinds of things. I don't necessarily want to be running or to be doing these hectic steps stuff. It's fun in the moment, but it's a lot. I wouldn't do it on a daily basis unless it's like once a week. But yeah, hot thirst, the reason why I was saying it is because I need to get into what is in at the time, right? But then again, you have to go back to your strategy and authority. For me, when being a YouTuber became popular in South Africa started, I wasn't that into it, right? But I did get into it when majority of the people were into it. But I also followed my gut to be like, is it time? And I had the hope that it would work out, right? I just didn't have like a generator where you keep pushing and then you give up. We are not supposed to give up as generators. So that's the part that I did incorrectly. I gave up. So I'm doing it differently now. Trying to do as many story times as possible and just see where it'll lead me. Yeah, but I'll try to do a few more videos about my YouTube journey, my YouTube channel and stuff like that, so that it's not too hectic, so that I'm not bombarding you with so much information that you're like, oh, this is too much, you know. I've even tried to like do dance challenges. I did the what's that thing of Ciara's? I don't remember that song now. Turn It Up. Okay, I don't know what I will write it down when I'm editing this, but I did that trend, and I mean, okay. I think it was good, and I did it really nicely. And I think, you know what, if I was that into it, like if my gut said yes and I had the hope that it would work out, I think I'll do a lot of dance challenges. Excuse me. But I think I'm more on sit down talks, getting you to know who I am, getting you to know what I do and why I'm so into human design and why I'm pushing it for it so much. And I hope the story times really do help, even if it's just one of you, to know that there's so much that you can find especially when it comes to, for me, human design and astrology, and if you are able to put these two things on, and breath work, but if you are able to put these three things together, meditation, exercise, eating healthy, changing your mindset and your lifestyle and all of that, slowly you are able to start listening to your gut. You are able to start understanding how your intuition speaks to you. And I think that's one of the biggest things for me, especially this year. I was like, listen, when the gut says yes or no, it must be real. So I think that's the one thing that I've been trying to do. I've also been trying to get into this thing where I know which sign the moon is in, and which sign the moon is in on which day. Like for today's example, this the moon is in Taurus, and that means that we need to look at the second house, because Taurus rules the second house. But if you look at Kemet, it's not in Taurus. It is technically in Scorpio. So that also makes you look at they have similar themes because they are sister signs, but Taurus is more money and belongings, I believe, and then Scorpio is more of hidden belongings, if I'm not mistaken. I will put it up so it can be explained a bit better. So I think those are kind of, especially if you're a woman, I think those are one of the things that you need to get yourself into. On your calendar, they should be, and I think I'm going to try to do that for the whole of 2025. I've already done my dream board because I celebrated New Year on the 21st of September. I think it's on the 23rd of September. I always mix it up a little bit, but I did celebrate then. So I did my dream board then, but I'm going to try do a Gregorian calendar change so I can know where the moon is every single month. But yeah, this video has been a mixture. I think I always talk like this, but I prefer to talk like this because sometimes information from spirit comes through, and yeah, it's something that I know there is one person out there who needs to hear it. So yeah, that has literally been my journey with YouTube so far, and I hope that it will just keep getting better. Yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching.